You are standing in your kitchen at midnight staring into an open refrigerator. You tell yourself you only want one small bite of chocolate cake. 10 minutes later, the entire cake is completely gone. You sit on the kitchen floor surrounded by empty wrappers and guilt. You wonder why your willpower is so pathetic. Modern fitness influencers tell you that you lack discipline. They tell you to just say no to junk food. But from an evolutionary standpoint, your behavior was completely logical. You do not suffer from a lack of willpower. You are suffering from an ancient biological software bug. Your brain is executing a 2 million-year-old survival script. Today, we are roasting why evolution made humans hopelessly addicted to sugar. Prepare to understand why your waistline is a victim of evolutionary history. To understand this sugar trap, we have to travel back to the Pleistocene savanna. Imagine life as an ancient hunter-gatherer 2 million years ago. In the wild, calories were the rarest currency on Earth. There were no supermarkets, 24-hour drive-thrus, or vending machines. You could not open an app on your phone and order warm pizza. Every single calorie had to be fought for and hunted down. On an average day, our ancestors walked 10 miles chewing bitter, fibrous roots. They ate tough, fibrous wild grasses and bugs. Starvation was a constant predator stalking every single tribe. A week without finding calorie-dense food meant literal death. In this brutal environment, pure sugar was the ultimate biological holy grail. In the ancient world, sugar existed in only 2 rare forms. The first form was wild ripe fruit on seasonal trees. Wild berries appeared for only 2 short weeks before rotting away. The second form was wild bee honey, hidden high up in tree trunks. Finding a wild beehive was like winning the biological lottery. Our ancestors would climb 30 feet high and endure hundreds of bee stings. They endured extreme pain just to swallow a few ounces of raw liquid honey. Why would an ape risk its life for sticky sweet liquid? Because glucose is pure instant rocket fuel for human biology. Glucose enters your bloodstream and powers your giant energy-hungry brain immediately. It requires almost zero digestive work compared to raw tree roots. So evolution installed a powerful chemical reward system inside your skull. The moment sugar molecules touch the taste buds on your tongue, alarms fire. Your brain releases a massive explosion of dopamine. Dopamine floods your neural pathways with intense pleasure and euphoria. That dopamine rush sends a crystal-clear primitive command to your body. The command screams, "Eat every single drop right now." In the wild, there was zero concept of portion control or saving leftovers. If you found a berry bush, leaving half for tomorrow was biological suicide. Birds would eat the berries, or another tribe would steal them, or the berries would rot under the hot sun by next morning. The only safe storage facility for extra calories was your own body fat. The winning evolutionary strategy was simple and ruthless. You stuffed your face until your stomach was stretched to maximum capacity. Your liver immediately processed all that excess sugar into fat cells. Body fat was the ultimate life insurance policy against the harsh winter. A thick layer of belly fat kept you warm during freezing nights. Body fat sustained your internal organs during 3-month winter famines. The ancient hunter, who stopped eating after 3 berries, died of starvation. The greedy hunter who binged on 2 pounds of honey survived the winter. You are the direct genetic descendant of the greedy binge-eating survivors. Your DNA is hardwired to view high-calorie sugar as a matter of life and death. For millions of years, this binge-eating instinct kept humanity alive. It was a flawless survival system in a world of extreme calorie scarcity. Then humans committed the ultimate biological crime against nature. We conquered the food production system and created artificial abundance. Fast forward to the 21st century and look around you. We built a civilization made of infinite refined sugar and ultra-processed fat. We stripped the fiber out of plants and concentrated pure glucose in factories. We invented high-fructose corn syrup and pumped it into every beverage. You can now obtain 10,000 calories without taking 10 steps. You can drive past 5 fast food burger joints on your 3-mile commute. You can press 3 buttons on a glass screen and have donuts delivered to your couch. The ancient world of calorie scarcity vanished in the blink of an eye. But your biological software never received the memo that famine is over. Your Stone Age brain still believes that winter is arriving tomorrow morning. When you walk past a bakery, smelling warm glazed donuts, your brain panics. Your primitive brain screams that you found a miracle tree of calorie gold. It shuts down your logical prefrontal cortex and demands immediate consumption. You eat the donut and your dopamine receptors explode with ancient victory. Then your pancreas gets hit with a massive tsunami of pure glucose. Your pancreas frantically pumps out massive doses of insulin to clear the blood. Insulin forces your cells to shovel all that sugar into your fat tissue. Within 45 minutes, your blood sugar levels crash into a dark basement. That sudden glucose crash tricks your brain into thinking you are starving again. Your brain sounds the emergency siren demanding more quick sugar. So you walk back to the kitchen and grab a bag of salty potato chips. Potato chips are another devious trap designed by food scientists. In nature, fat, salt, and sugar never occur together in high concentrations. A food item is either salty meat, sweet fruit, or fatty nuts. Modern food corporations engineered the exact trifecta of salt, sugar, and fat. This artificial combination creates the phenomenon called the bliss point. The bliss point completely bypasses your body natural fullness signals. The stretch receptors in your stomach tell your brain you are completely full. But the dopamine receptors in your brain demand another crispy bite. Your brain enters a trance state known as hedonic hyperphagia. You mechanically shovel potato chips into your mouth while watching television. You do not stop because you are hungry. You stop because the bag is empty and your fingers are greasy. Now let us look at the metabolic catastrophe happening inside your body. Your liver was designed to handle a handful of wild berries per week. Now it is forced to process 60 grams of refined liquid sugar every day. Your liver converts excess fructose directly into liver fat. Over time, your liver becomes inflamed and clogged with fat cells. Your muscle cells become overwhelmed and refuse to accept any more glucose. This protective cellular resistance is known as insulin resistance. Your pancreas works harder and harder, pumping out more insulin to force the doors open. Eventually, your pancreas burns out like a blown car engine. Blood sugar stays dangerously high and you develop type 2 diabetes. Diabetes is not a mysterious modern curse. It is the natural consequence of feeding modern jet fuel to a Stone Age furnace. Look at how our fat storage locations betray our ancient origins. When animals store fat, they spread it evenly across their bodies or tails. Camels store fat in humps to avoid overheating their internal organs. Humans store fat directly around their abdominal waistline. Storing fat near our center of gravity allowed us to keep running without losing balance. It placed emergency energy right next to our liver and digestive tract. But in a sedentary office worker, visceral belly fat becomes toxic. Visceral fat secretes a continuous inflammatory chemicals into your vital organs. It increases your blood pressure and constricts your arterial highways. Your ancient survival reserve turns into a slow-motion biological anchor. Now consider the psychological torture of modern dieting. You decide to start a strict low-calorie diet on Monday morning. You eat a small bowl of raw lettuce leaves and plain boiled chicken. To your modern mind, you are trying to fit into your summer jeans. To your ancient survival brain, you are trapped in a deadly, catastrophic famine. Your brain detects a sudden drop in daily calorie intake. It immediately assumes your tribe is starving to death in a frozen wasteland. So your brain initiates defensive survival protocol code red. It intentionally lowers your basal metabolic rate to burn fewer calories. It makes you feel cold, lethargic, and unmotivated to conserve energy. Then it spikes your ghrelin hunger hormone through the roof. Ghrelin makes you obsess over high-calorie food pictures 24 hours a day. You smell a pizza from 3 blocks away like a starving bloodhound. You try to use willpower to resist the urge for 3 painful days. But willpower is a weak modern cognitive tool located in the prefrontal cortex. Hunger is a primal survival drive controlled by the ancient brainstem. In a battle between willpower and survival instincts, survival wins every time. By Thursday night, you break down and order a large pepperoni pizza with extra cheese. You inhale 4 slices in 5 minutes and feel an instant wave of relief. Your primitive brain cheers, thinking, it just saved you from starvation. Then your modern conscious mind feels intense shame and disappointment. You blame yourself for being weak and lacking self-control. But you were not fighting yourself. You were fighting 2 million years of evolutionary programming. Now look at how modern marketing weaponizes this ancient glitch. Fast food corporations hire neuroscientists and chemical flavor engineers. They design foods that maximize dopamine release while minimizing chew time. They make food melt in your mouth so your brain forgets it. Swallowed calories. They paint their logos in bright red and yellow colors. Red and yellow simulate ripe fruit and fire in nature. They place fast food drive-thrus on every street corner. They surround you with hyper-palatable calorie bombs 24/7. You are a Stone Age primate walking through a minefield of engineered dopamine traps. Expecting an ancient ape to resist unlimited cheap sugar is absurd. So how do we escape this modern evolutionary trap? The first step is forgiving yourself for having intense cravings. Understand that your desire for sugar is proof of a healthy survival instinct. Your body is not broken. It is just living in the wrong century. The second step is outsmarting your Stone Age environment. Do not rely on willpower inside your own kitchen. An ancient hunter never had to resist a box of cookies sitting on their counter. If junk food is in your house, your brain will eventually eat it. Win the battle at the grocery store by never bringing processed sugar home. The third step is reintroducing whole fiber into your diet. Ancient fruits were full of thick fibrous seeds and tough skins. Fiber slows down sugar absorption and keeps blood glucose stable. Eat whole raw fruits instead of drinking processed fruit juices. When you eat an orange, your stomach works hard to extract the fructose. When you drink orange juice, you slam your liver with liquid candy. The fourth step is lifting heavy weights to build muscle tissue. Muscle tissue acts like a giant metabolic sink for excess glucose. The more muscle you have, the more sugar your body can safely absorb. Transform your body back into an athletic endurance machine. The fifth step is getting plenty of deep restorative sleep. Sleep deprivation spikes cortisol and triggers uncontrollable sugar cravings. A tired brain demands quick energy in the form of refined carbohydrates. Rest your ancient brain so it does not panic and crave fast calories. The next time you crave a sweet treat, look at your reflection with humor. Smile at the clever little caveman running the controls inside your head. Thank your ancient ancestors for giving you the survival code to store fat. Remind your brain that there are grocery stores on every corner. Tell your ancient instincts that the great ice age winter is not coming tomorrow. You do not need to eat the entire cake to survive the night. Take back control of your modern life and outsmart your ancient biology. You are a modern human master of your mind and champion of planet Earth.